Today we're going to be repairing some lights. This is an Elation Platinum HFX. This guy won't turn on its bulb for some reason, so couldn't tell you why. But I will be able to tell you why by the end of this video. We're going to be basically taking this thing apart, trying to figure out why the lamp won't turn on this device. I've got another Platinum HFX over there that does have a working lamp, so I may be able to piece together enough parts to fix this thing so I know what parts I gotta buy. You know, I just scratched my desk, so that's really cool. But anyhow, basically, that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm just going to be repairing some lights. You may have seen a recent video, or you'll see a video soon. I'm repairing some Martin Rush MH6 lights. And those things just basically needed some new motors on them, I think. I just recorded the intro for that video, actually. I was just diagnosing the lights. I figured out that they do need new motors, so that's really cool. I still have not figured out exactly where I'm going to get those motors from for those fixtures, but that's a problem for that video. Let's take a look at the light for this video. Yeah, so these things were really cool. Probably like 3 to 4 years ago. I remember these lights being really nice. The features on these things are really cool. They do have quite a lot of features on them. And they can do some pretty cool effects. This one doesn't have an animation wheel, but anyways, it's still a pretty cool fixture. I do enjoy it. That being said, I enjoy it when it works, I guess, like most things in life. So I'm just trying to take this piece out. For some reason, it's not wanting to come out. Seems like there's a screw in there, but there's not. There is a screw in there, actually. Funny how that works. I'm organizing my screws really quickly. Make sure I keep everything in check. Yeah, I think what needs to happen is, I think the light bulb ballast, or whatever they're called, I think that's what is in need of replacement. On this guy specifically, it's an expensive repair, but I do think that's what's going to get this guy off the ground. Again, I've replaced the bulb twice with no luck. I think the next step would be the ballast for the bulb, because the fans kick on like the bulb should be on, so the fixture thinks the bulb is on, but it's not on. So that makes me think that it's probably just something to do with the ballast that kind of, it's the power supply essentially for the bulb. And I don't know the actual model of that thing. Let's take a look here on Google. I can pull it up. So the standard power supply for the unit is going to run me $176. And the ballast for the Platinum HFX is $344.08. This right here is actually the main power supply of the unit. So on the other side of the unit, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, right in here is the electronic ballast. Is it ballast or ballast? Ballast with a T for the Platinum HFX. It just seems like all it does is just power the bulb. So if I can get in here, I'm just going to pop the thing out, and I think I can. I'll take the fan out first, and then I'll get into the ballast. Yeah, so I think that's just the next logical step here. If the bulb won't power on, we'll switch out the power supply for the bulb. Hopefully we'll get there. Partially, the reason this thing is so expensive is because I think it's like 400 watts or something, so it takes a good portion of power that it has to convert. The other thing with this fixture, too, is like, compared to other similar moving lights, the motors on this thing are massive, so it does take a lot of power. Not that it's powered by this ballast, but you'll see here the motors here for the panning and tilting and stuff, like, they're pretty huge. So I think this guy is the problem, and I can say that with pretty decent confidence. The next step is going to be how I get this thing out, because I'm sure they don't make this super easy to get out. This is an electronic ballast for a Platinum HFX. And essentially it just powers the bulb for the moving light itself. I'm going to set this over here off to the side on my wooden desk so it does not get any kind of power from anywhere, or output power anywhere, I should say. And I'm going to also put all of these screws into the same spot so I can find them later when I go to put this thing back together. So that is it for this guy. That's all I need him for. So for now, I'm going to leave this thing to the side, and all I should need to do, this is going to sound easy, it's not easy, but all I should need to do is open up the other Platinum HFX, pull out the ballast, put the ballast in here. If it works, then we know I have to buy a new ballast for, how much was this thing? $344. So, the reason I'm repairing these things, by the way, is because we had some Platinum Spot Mark IIIs die. Well, not die, sorry, and there's just one of them. I had a Platinum Spot Mark III, basically just like fail every single self-test it has, which I don't really like. So that one's gonna take, it might just need a whole new controller or whatever for it. I don't know, but that one's gonna take some extra work. So in the meantime, if I can get this guy fixed up, I can swap this in for one of the Platinum Spot Mark IIIs and swap the other one I have this in for the other Platinum Spot 3. So we can just swap the two different models of lights, run those for a little bit until I get the Platinum Spots fixed. These things are really cool, but they're not my favorite lights just because of the bulbs on them. The bulbs are going to burn out, so I mean everything's going to eventually wear down probably, but if I don't have to replace the bulbs in a light, I won't replace the bulbs in a light. So that's why I've been using the Platinum Spot 3s. These are really fun. Like, I'll pull these out if I have them fixed. I'll pull them out for like Christmas and Easter, since I do work at a church. But so yeah, let's get the other one taken apart. I'm going to get that taken apart actually off camera, and I'll be back as soon as I got that kind of sorted out. Okay, so welcome back. I have successfully removed the ballast of the working light. We're hoping that this is the issue, because if this is the issue, it is a super easy replacement. AKA, I have to spend $344 on a new one. So that's that. So I'm gonna move this light back to somewhere else. Actually, I'll put the handlebars back on, then I'll move it. But so yeah, that was a pretty easy replacement, or pretty easy removal, I should say, now that I know what I'm doing. Turns out things are a lot easier once you know what you're doing. Anyhow, I'm gonna get this thing back on there just so I can move it easier. I'll get this thing moved, get the new ballast in the non-working light, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to now power on the fixture. Normally, I'd recommend not doing this, but I think we'll be fine. I just want, what I'm really testing for is to see if the bulb gets warm. I've got the new ballast wired up, so now we just got to power the thing on and wait for it to boot. Also, one note about these lights that is annoyingly interesting is that both of the fixtures that we have actually have a faulty vertical tilt lock. So the feature where you can lock it tilted does not actually work on either of the fixtures that we have. So I don't know why, but it's extremely annoying. Anyhow, I'm actually gonna steal my laptop back over here. I'm gonna go on my laptop here and download LightKey, which is what I'll be using as my DMX console. And I'll be using LightKey. Oh, looks like they just came out with a new version. That's cool. By the way, if LightKey wants to sponsor me, do it. I really love the sponsorship from LightKey. There's no way anybody from LightKey sees this, but if they do want to sponsor me, we'd appreciate it. Alright, so I'm downloading LightKey just so I can have a DMX console, so I can go through and test all the features for my computer. I just think it's going to be a lot easier if I can do it for my computer than it would be if I was just doing it on the lights screen. So I happen to remember that I do have this patch on channel number 200. So I'm going to go grab a DMX interface, plug my laptop in, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I have my NTEC DMX adapter here. This thing does actually support networked DMX. This thing does technically support networked DMX, although I don't really want to mess around with it right now. It's currently 8 p.m. on a Sunday night, so I'm not really interested. I'm not real interested in messing with the light. Channel 200 on the standard mode. Patch this fixture up, and there we go. LightKey just sent a bulb on command, so theoretically in a few seconds the fixture should start powering on the bulb. I don't know if it got the command from LightKey or what the deal is, but it's turned on at white. The light is turned on white, so I'm just going to go on the screen here, go down to lamp control, turn the lamp on, It's going to get loud. But I can already see the light is turning on. That's very exciting, guys. Very exciting. So what this is telling me is that I need a new ballast for the Platinum HFX, and that this guy does not work. I guess there we have it. That was a successful diagnosis. This video is probably pretty long, so I'm going to finish this off in another video. If you like what you saw, subscribe. There's another video coming soon talking about this light. By the way, these things get hot, so like I said, if you like what you see, subscribe. More videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.